Today, we are diving deep into the playbook of a true visionary in modern music, Bose Ogulu. You probably know her as the force behind Burna Boy's incredible global rise. But her strategy, well, it's rewriting the rules for how to build a world-class artistic enterprise right from Africa. So let's break down exactly how she did it.
You know the story. The music industry is just filled with these tragic tales of artists who only get their flowers, their real recognition, after they're gone. Bose Ogulu's entire philosophy is designed to just shatter that narrative. For her, it's not just about celebrating the wins as they happen. It's about building the very foundation, the land itself, where future success can grow again and again.
And this is where it gets so interesting. We're not just talking about a manager and an artist. This is about an architect designing a whole new model. We're going to look at how Ogulu built this incredible garden for a genius, turning one artist's success into a powerful, repeatable playbook.
Okay, so pillar number one of the Ogulu playbook. And honestly, this might be the most crucial one of all. Build the corporate infrastructure before you take the victory lap. Long before the sold-out stadium tours and the Grammys, she was laying the groundwork for a real company.
And when you look at the timeline, it all starts to make sense. Spaceship was co-founded way back in 2015. That's years before Burna Boy's massive international breakout. See, it wasn't an afterthought. It was the launchpad. They established clear executive roles, like putting Renami Ogulu in as COO, which created the stable professional structure that was ready to handle the pressure of global scale when that moment finally came.
Now, this isn't some anti-major label strategy. It's a pro-leverage one. It's so smart. They built this hybrid model where their own company, Spaceship, keeps total creative control and autonomy. But then they strategically partner with a major label like Atlantic/Warner for that massive global distribution. So what's the goal? It's the best of both worlds. Complete control over the vision, plus the power to scale it worldwide.
And because they had that strong foundation in place, they could do more than just enter the global market. They were empowered to rewrite the entire playbook for how to compete on that stage.
This really required a huge shift in mindset. You know, the typical newcomer approach, especially for an artist from a so-called emerging market, is pretty passive. You're chasing opening slots, you're asking for a seat at the table, you're just happy to be there. But Ogulu's approach? Totally different. We're talking about a category king mindset. They don't ask for a seat, they build a whole new table. They don't try to fit in, they reshape the entire market's expectations of what an African artist can do.
And in 2022, they made history, headlining Madison Square Garden. I mean, that wasn't just a concert. It was a massive statement. It was planting a flag, establishing a commercial and cultural beachhead for Afrofusion at arena scale, right in the heart of the U.S. music industry.
And they did not stop there. The very next year, another huge milestone. The first African artist to sell out a UK stadium. This wasn't a fluke, this was momentum. This proved to every boardroom out there that this so-called niche genre was actually a bankable, stadium-level force.
Which brings us to the third and maybe most powerful pillar of the playbook, controlling the narrative. This is all about crafting a story that is way, way bigger than any single artist or album.
You've probably seen this moment from the 2019 BET Awards. It's iconic. But here's the thing. It wasn't just a powerful, viral soundbite. No way. This was a strategic stake in the ground. It was a deliberate move to anchor the entire Burna Boy brand in a proud, unapologetic Pan-African identity.
And that one line, it translates into a full-blown brand strategy. Suddenly, the music isn't just entertainment, it's representation. It creates what you might call brand gravity. It pulls people in. Audiences aren't just buying an album anymore. They're buying into an identity, a mission, a global cultural movement. And that is incredibly powerful. So, who is the person behind this master plan? Let's zoom in on the architect herself, because her success is absolutely not an accident. It's the result of decades of deliberate preparation.
I mean, just look at her background. It's like the perfect recipe for a global music executive. Degrees in foreign languages, that gives you cultural fluency, which is essential for global markets. Experience as a translator and educator, that makes you a master storyteller. And then you add in that direct industry lineage. Her father managed the legend, Fela Kuti. She had this innate understanding of how the whole machine works. It's a truly formidable combination.
So when she wins an award like Manager of the Year, it's easy to think, oh, that's nice for her. But it is so much more than that. It's not about ego, it's a strategic move. That recognition is a powerful commercial signal to the entire industry. It says this is a top-tier operation. It attracts better partners, it gives you more negotiating power, and, just as important, it inspires a whole new generation of managers to think bigger.
Okay, so let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. Why does the Ogulu playbook matter so much, beyond just this one incredible success story? What's the real impact on the industry as a whole?
Well, the impact just ripples across the entire business. For African creators, it's a literal playbook for global leadership, proving you don't have to go to a Western hub to make it big. For the global music industry, it completely shatters that old myth of the emerging artist, forcing everyone to rethink what commercial scale actually looks like. And for managers everywhere, it elevates the role from some backstage operator to a celebrated, visible architect, a true business partner.
And that brings us right back to where we started. This is how you move beyond just giving an artist their flowers. By taking today's success, turning it into the infrastructure for tomorrow, and rooting it all in a powerful story. You build something that lasts. You turn those fleeting flowers into a self-sustaining garden.
And so this whole playbook leaves us with one final, crucial question. If one visionary architect can plant a garden, what will it take to grow a forest?